Oh my god, what the hell is that in my chat? Jesus Christ. It's full of nerds. Get out of here. Get the hell out of here. Get those nerds out of my chat. God damn it. Nords? No, not Nords. That's a... No. Takes one to know one. Ooh. Ooh. Dude, he owned you? Bruh. Alright, yeah, we're back. Those of you who were here yesterday... Shouldn't you become a potato a while... A pro-tato a long time... Listen. That's like saying... Okay? Pro-tato? That's just like... That's like the category for people who are worse than me, okay? Like... Are you for real right now? You don't think I have earned my place in the pantheon of gigaflexing? Why can you select units with right click? I've just, because there's this weird interaction. If you have your right click mouse over, it just happened to be there with that warrior, by the way. Like if you have your right click over units, I'm right clicking to move him into that water and he won't, because oh god, that's such a weird interaction. Why would it be that way? That's gross. I don't like it. For sure, you should work the crab tile, because the crab has a 2 food tile. You will grow faster on the 2 food tile. There's a few UI things like that in Civ that just baffle me. If you played StarCraft 2, would you play the Potatoes? I would play the Protoss, because I know how poorly that game is balanced. Where did all my traders go? Excuse me. I blame console for that, only having one select button. I mean, you might be right, but why would that be this way on PC? That doesn't make any sense. Production. We send the production to Washington, and now the Petra goes from being a 37-turn build to being a 27-turn build. That is a 25% reduction in the average amount of turns. I see you have the God Petra set up. Thank you for noticing, chat. It's so rare. It's so rare that like your hard work is noticed and appreciated. Like look at this Petra. It has a non-zero amount of hills in it. Actually, you know what? Having looked at this situation, I totally should have settled my city here and built the Petra here anyway. Because if I had built my city here...
BGN 10.00 after you disaster games, I decided to run one myself.
Hey, thank you.
The result.
Let me go have a look at that. Control C. You lost. As Australia? Against Portugal? Yeah, I should have settled here, built the Petra here anyway, and then I would have had 1, 2, 3, 4 Petra hills. That would have been based. Who's rat jamming? Oh, it's Bose. Hey, Bose. Any rat jammers? Wait, am I standing on the tile they want to go to? Big if true. Big if true. Big if true. If you guys can get 10 rat jams in a row from unique people, I'll gift 10 subs.
Tactics mean doing what you can with what you have.
Oh, we got some. Oh, there's people. It's got to be 10x uninterrupted. You got people interrupting. All right, we're up to 1, 2, 3. Keck W interrupt. It's gotta be a combo. Oh, you guys. How do I rat jam? I'm gonna be honest with you. I will ban interrupters. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just wanted to see the chat filled with rat jam. Finally, we get a hold of Auckland. Shallow water tiles get +1 production. Baby. Oh, wait. Oh, chasing rebels. Uh-oh. Oh, your rat jam has been interrupted. The failed rat jams. Oh, man. Oh. Oh. Oh, man. Oh, God. Couldn't even organize a rat jam in a Twitch chat. That's 10. It's not their fault. They don't have the add-on. Okay, that's fair. That's 10. How do I even gift subs in my own channel? Am I allowed to? Is that legal? Is this like technically like money laundering, except I lose money? How do Can I do this? I've never actually thought to do this. Gift a sub. Oh yeah, I can. Oh my god. I can just burn my own cash. There you go. Oh, I'm on the wrong. Oops. I think I actually somehow, incredibly, this is one of the things I do love about the AI, is like if you just park a unit on where their settler wants to go, they'll just go, and be confused. They're just like, because they're like, but I want to go here, and I'm like, I'm here, I'm in this spot. You wanted to go here? my bad, dude. I'll just move when my settler gets there. I'll move. How come Scout on tile? Me settle there, but can't call Scout on tile. How? Exactly. There's so many like little weird edge cases that the AI that you could like. Now, if you wait long enough, they'll just be like, "Oh, I'll go settle somewhere else then." Look, there it is. I think they wait like 3 or 4 turns, and they're like, "All right, well, I'll go to the next best city." But it wasn't my favorite city. I do believe that counts as a yoink arena. I can't turn left here. It's my favorite way. Yeah, it's a good... Wait. God, I need to like update all my UI mods and stuff like that. You know what we need? I need people to stop asking me what my mods are. That's what I need. Okay, hear me out. What if we shoot and then we attack and we move in with a chariot and then we built ancient walls? Why did we build ancient walls here? Does anyone know why I built ancient walls here? Why the hell did I build ancient walls here? What? Did you upload those save files? No. What? tourism? It's a long way from conservation. This was just a mistake. Oh, I'd meant to build a granary and then the harbour. God. God, what an idiot. God, I'm so stupid. There's not a very good harbour in this city, but I'll accept my fate. Yeah, you get out of here. Oh, he can go across the ocean already? Ooh. France coming in. Clutch. No, I know you didn't. Listen. Hold on. Where are those save files? This is... oh, Cree game turn 1. I'll do that later. Trolling my editor by being a disorganized human. Industrial zone. Hey, we got our industrial zone. Now we're not too far off picking up industrialization. How badly do we want a workshop? Well, let's kind of think about what the workshop represents in here. A workshop would be, oh, I'd say slightly more, like a 15% production boost in here. That's what this workshop represents. Although, hear me out, what about a theater square? What if we got our amphitheater up? What if we got a great writer's points going? Other people are kind of starting to get great writer points. You know. You knew. Wasn't I meant to switch to Octocracy? I totally forgot to do that. Listen, we're making mistakes left and right, but that's because we don't know our lefts from our rights. No, you won't. You know you won't. Ooh. Got enough gold to buy the workshop. I don't want to buy the workshop. Gold is better reserved for other things. I'm going to put... Wait, does Chicago have a trader? No, Chicago doesn't have a trader. Chicago should have a trader, so I will give Chicago a trader because it needs help to get it going a little bit faster. You get her going. I'm expecting a Babylon city to appear here somewhere. I barely built any walls, only on important cities. How do I stop accidentally getting the tourism victory? Play on a higher difficulty. That is how you stop getting the tourism victory by accident. Potatoes. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. Boil 'em, mash 'em. Prince players spotted. Point and laugh. I'm not seeing any pointing in chat. Alright, trade with the capital. That's 4 food, 3 production. We don't need the food right now, but that will help. I'm looking forward to getting our Lord and Savior, Huey Toikali. Prince. Ooh, Great Admiral, +3 combat spread for all naval units. That's quite good if I decide to go for domination. And, hey, generally also acting as just an all-around good guy. Let's declare some friendships. We want to be friends with the AI, right? It's a tourism game. It's a tourism game where we got no tourism on turn 129. It's fine. We're fine. Let's get our campus up. Well, first things first, we get the trader. You get the trader, and then you go for the campus. That's how we do it here, okay? Now, we got our monument over here in Buffalo. Let's go ahead and place that harbor. I should have placed that harbor already. Do I need to get a granary? What are we doing in terms of food in here? This city needs, and I mean needs, potatoes. Some tiles bought. Like, at least this crab here. To keep her going. Thank you so much, Nam Ka Huin. I don't know how to say your name. It says Gilgit is a demigod. He's probably 20 foot tall. It's true. Granary, harbor. Don't think the granary matters as much as getting the harbor. Yes. Waiting until feudalism until I get the builder for that. Or do I have a builder charge around somewhere? No. I am waiting for the builder to build the fucking pasture. +3 combat strength for all naval units. That just seems quite good. We're also about to get the mausoleum. The mausoleum. The mausoleum. No! 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 Jesus. It was like a race to get this city, bro. No. Oh. I was scared for a moment there. Get the Huey on the go. You know what would be cool? If Wonders culture bombed. I don't know. I feel like they feel important enough to maybe do it. Ah! Run away. Nice. We got the mausoleum of Halicarnassius. Look at those coastal yields. Do we own Auckland? Oh, we do. We don't even have shipyards yet. It's not even the industrial era. Oh my god! That would sound like you were singing Tom's Diner. I was. Except I was singing the Potatoes Builder version. Where I want a builder to build a pasture. We want to make sure we want to lock in our production here. But now our science and faith and gold are everything is secured in the capital. So now the capital is all about getting huge. I mean huge. I mean big. Omega giga huge. Actually, Colossus? Question mark? You know. Listen, sometimes you gotta go for a cheeky Colossus. It's all now. To be fair, it's worth tourism. It'll pay itself off probably by the end of the game in terms of tourism. It's hard to get tourism this early. That's something to think about. Monarchy walls equals housing. I like the way you think, but I also don't like your brain. So you know we're gonna have to kind of work something out here. Wasn't Colossus planned in another city? It was, and you know, sometimes you gotta break some eggs and just get the 11th turn Colossus. I don't need to change my government. I am happy with the way it's coming along. I will play serfdom now because I am in a monumentality golden age, so I can buy builders on the cheap, which is the noise the birds make. So buy an old cheap builder. Ooh, look at this growth in here. Definitely want to get a couple of old choppy chops. Did I accidentally kill the theater square here? I guess the theater square here makes less sense now. Ah, yeah. Oh, I think the Great Lighthouse literally just went. I think it just finished. Yeah, let's see. Why no Liang in such a coastal game? Because she's next. I don't think fisheries are good without Liang, because here's the problem with fish. Well, they're only half a house. They only give you food and housing, right? And there's a lot of production to invest into it. And here's the thing. Here's the really, really important thing about this is like, it's good in my capital, like +1 food, +1 food, +1 food, +1. This is +2 food. In my capital, it's worth doing. I don't think it's worth it to do it anywhere else because with Auckland it works. I mean, I guess with Auckland it works. The problem is, right, if you build fisheries, you don't get the unimproved coast boost from shipyards. So your coastal tiles go from being 2 food, 3 production to 3 food, 2 production. And I would just prefer more production. because fishing tiles already give you enough food to continue to grow. That Tom's Diner song is actually just wedged into my brain, dude. Maybe it's a good time to start picking up alliances, or I think it's time we pick our tier 3 government. So we're at feudalism. This is like what we would call the turning point usually in most Civ games. This is where you start to overtake the AI. So let's kind of like argue out each of them. I don't have the faith income to make theocracy worth it, because one of the biggest parts of theocracy bonuses is the fact that it makes your faith go a lot further with a 15% discount on purchases with faith. So you could, if you plan on having a strong faith economy early in the game, theocracy is often a good follow-up. I think for going for a tourism victory, which is kind of the direction that we're heading, or a diplomatic victory, I do feel like monarchy holds the most sway for a tourism and diplomatic victory. Merchant Republic feels a little bit more like a science slash maybe tourism-y victory, but I feel like monarchy is the play here. Let me think. The big advantage of Merchant Republic as America is that these diplomatic policy cards get turned into wild cards. That's like the only thing that makes me want to go Merchant Republic, but I also miss out on that +2 diplomatic favor for Renaissance Walls, which opens up Diplo Victory. Can I do a Diplo Victory? Do I want to do a Diplo Victory? Oh. Burp, 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 burp. That's a tough choice. I mean, I don't think well, I think... +1 diplomatic favor per turn for every government wield card. We have a little think about this. You know, I think monarchy is kind of a more fun way to play a tourism victory. But the one thing... Do we want to go Diplo Victory or Tourism Victory? America has the film studio, which is literally just a 100% tourism boost. So they just get double tourism. So that's a big advantage. However, I mean, this map isn't really amenable to seaside resorts, which is usually what you would rely on this kind of map. So we're going to have to rely heavily on Great Works and Wonders. We do have Auckland, so we can kind of do that. We also don't have the faith to do a rock band push. So it's going to be a slow and grindy... It's going to be a very slow and very grindy theater culture win. So I think having the Diplo Victory in the back polka is the right play, which also means we want the Mahabodhi Temple. Which means that is what we are going to unlock. And it needs... Now, this is often not built by the AI, as far as I remember. They're usually quite bad at building it, so I do have a chance of getting it. It's already gone. I don't have it unlocked, so I can't tell. Oh, you must have founded a religion. Well, theology is out of the question then, which I think makes a diplomatic victory out of the question, because you kind of need those points. Right? I know it only seems like 2 points, but 2 points is a lot. I think what we're going to do here is we're going to try and brute force a tourism win. All right, decision made. Decision made. Immediately straight for Divine Right. Let's go. We'll still work on a diplomatic victory. It's just not going to be my main focus, right? we're going to still make the attempt at we're going for a Diplo / culture win, so we're going to kind of try and like play it a way that feeds into both, leaning more heavily on the culture side of winning. I kind of wish that I could just like queue up tiles. Like, I wish rather than being like, hey, I want this citizen to work this tile, I could be like, these are like high priority tiles, like click, click, and I could click empty tiles and be like, work that one next. That would be kind of cool. Like, grow to this tile. How many Diplo points you got? 2. There's only been 1 World Congress so far. So I'm on par. I'm on par. So we'll see how we do. Right. Let's get some turns in, baby. Caravel, that's kind of spooky. Although Mapuche is very, very far away. So I got nothing to fear. Nothing to fear. I need a tile. Well, horses is not a bad tile to improve. Let's be honest. It's like a 1. It's like a 2 food, 1 production improvement. Once I get stirrups, it'll be better too. You're on top 3 science of Diplo from CSEDs, and the other one I forget. The other one is in the culture tree. Wow. Heavy chariots are really bad at killing spearmen. Who knew? We could continue to trade with Washington from New York, or we could go ahead and feed a city that needs it, like Buffalo. Buffalo! Come get your trader! I should actually, you know what? I shouldn't be building campuses in here. I should be getting 2 more traders. I need those traders. They will accelerate my build. A necessary thing for me to do. Might try this map out. This is, the map mod is kind of cool. The settings are intimidating. The settings are intimidating, but you can get the hang of them. Okay, so we want Connoisseur. We'll grab Connoisseur. We want that nice culture boost. Boom. Ba-ba-boom, ba-ba-boom. You know what? There's actually some decent tundra here, like National Park. National Park. Maybe a national park. Like, oh, man, it's actually all really awkward land. I'm trying to think, how do I get tourism from this land? How do I get tourism? I don't know if I can. Trade with Washington, that's 4 production per turn. That takes 7 turns off your harbor. That's huge. Internal trade routes are so good if you play around them correctly.
It is the mark of an educated.
The good news is on this map, the AI is hurting just as badly as I am, because of like how bad naval maps kind of mess up their early settling because they have to get embarkation. So I'm feeling good about that. You need a trade route. You'll get one in time. Boom. Fishing boat, rather. I'm looking forward for mass production. I never built a lumber mill. I will send a trader to Saint Louis. Saint Louis. Okay. Theoretically, luxury I don't have access to. A whole area worth settling. Saint Louis. There is not. Damn it. Well, hear me out. Beer me out. Fear me not. What if... what's the best way to do this? There are 2 more saves to meet. Okay, there's a plan formulating. Yes, a plan is formulated. We settle here. National Park. Okay, we'll just with our meager faith income, we'll just be able to squeeze out like maybe one, maybe two national parks in this kind of a configuration. Okay, then like a holy site plus a theater square or something, right? Something like this, or maybe this will be even entertainment complex. So something like this. This is the plan. Bong 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 ding bong bong ding, ba-dum bum ba-dum bum. God, it's so stuck in my head. Ooh, wait, no. We want film studios. We want film studios in the city. Yep. Theater squares are numero uno priorita. Okay, so I think we just have our ships hang around because we're getting cartography soon. Will you ever consistently enter the multiplayer scene, or is it a style of play you're too unfamiliar with? Have a great night. You know, I am a person who is driven by his own machinations and motivations. Trying to predict my behavior is difficult and perhaps flummoxing. Maybe. That's the best answer I can give you, is maybe I will. Maybe I'll get enticed in. I like it. It is cool. But, you know, no promises. No promises. Unless I, you know... let's trade with Washington. That's +5 food for this city. That will massively accelerate the Huey as well as the growth in the city, which is exactly what we need. Link invalid. Oh, let me update the Discord command. Hold on. Dismiss.
Potatoes.
Create invite people.
Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew.
Ope. I want a no limit, never expiring link. Copy. Disk command edit Discord. Commands edit Discord. There we go. New Discord link dropped. Click it. Right, we have our granary in Philadelphia. So the city has plenty of housing room. It'll continue to grow. It's working on average pretty good tiles, thanks to Auckland providing us that extra production. It's got some good tiles in here too. One would argue you could justify a little bit of extra culture in here. I do think the production and growth is working out nicely here. 2 more pop until we get another district. We could, in theory, start building settlers here. It's not a best place to do it is where Magnus is. I may move Magnus now. Nah, it's best to do that in the capital. For now. What we will do in Philadelphia, though, is get started on that workshop, because that gets us a step closer to the factory. And getting a step closer to the factory is important. Although, we don't need to do the factory right now, so we could theoretically do a Theatre Square Festival and get our writers sooner. Because if we go ahead and check out the great writers, 2 of them have already gone. So we need to start snatching some writers here. Alright? Yeah, let's snatch some writers. Do a little snatch. A little snatch. Little snatch-a-rooney. I do love a good snatch. Oh, that's not... Wait a minute. That was not... Okay. Never mind. That was... No. That's not what I meant. It's not. I was just joking about stealing things. God damn it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Do you ever say something and then you realize the second meaning after you've said it? That's a good ass meme. Jesus Christ. Listen, we're gonna step past that one. Can you say my username without butchering it? XX Animal Untamed XX. Oh, you want to give me a great work? I mean, sure. He meant the 1996 movie with Brad Pitt, of course. I mean, that movie is legitimately a masterpiece, and if you haven't seen it, you should go see it, regardless of like your nationality. Like it's just a good movie. It's the pinnacle of Guy Ritchie. Lock, Stock, while good, doesn't even come close. Like, doesn't even come close to how good Snatch is. Fucking Clippers, I swear to God. Get the lighthouse, then the theater square. God damn it, dude! This is like the danger of being a live streamer. Okay, you'll just sit here and you're like, bah, 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 blah, 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 making mouth noises, and you'll just kind of like you're riffing off yourself, and then you accidentally say something like, like that has an extra meaning. I'll vote for myself twice in this one. You know, in terms of luxuries. Turtle power, whale destroy. Destroy the whales. I'm banning whales. Okay, the whole country is banned. Hoping I win. We did get the Colossus. Turtles. What? Why would they vote turtles? I don't understand. Help me understand this. One. Oh, I guess Turtle Block just lost. Wait. Egypt, you're wait, they voted in favor of Wales. God, that's so infuriating. I think we lost by like a vote or so. Like Wales 6-3-4, and then we lost the Turtles with 4-6-5. Yeah. We lost by like a vote or two. That sucks. We did get a Colossus, so that's a free trade route. I guess I'll give this one to New York. New York, New York! Home of pork. What? Get the consulate. We want that +2 influence points per turn. Although, on the other end, we can go ahead and just buy the consulate and start making settlers again, and the next turn we'll switch in the settler card. How do you like them apples? Petra's about to finish.
Petra.
Big, huge Petra. Omega Petra. This is the Giga Chad Petra. Can I get Moai stones in chat to signify how powerful this Petra is? Look at those 2 incredible tiles. Okay, monarchy, boom. Now the big thing about monarchy is, right, the power of monarchy is first of all, it gives us more diplomatic favor per turn. All right, boom, easy clap. Second of all, it improves our envoy generation from getting 1 envoy every 20 turns to getting 2 envoys every 30 turns. That's a 50% increase. And we get 2 military policies, one for the one that allows us to build harbors faster, one for walls. We still have room for the settler card. We have a Diplo card that gets turned into a wild card. We have 3 wild cards, and we get +1 housing per level of walls, and we get 2 diplomatic favor for every Renaissance walls, and the 50% influence goes up even higher, so we're actually getting like 200% influence. It's insane! It's just so good. Now, so kind of, there are what we would call here forced decisions. Retainers is a forced decision, as is Veterancy. Okay, these are the only 2 cards in here. Maybe Conscription, maybe Limes. For now, it's retainers. We're not building walls yet. We will build walls in the near future. However, we're focusing on the top half of the tech tree right now, so that's not happening. Here are some what I would call reasonable decisions. Urban planning, Republican legacy. However, urban planning can go. I think there is a forced decision when you go monarchy. You have to have charismatic leader because this is a +3 influence points per turn, and a lot of the power of monarchy is getting those envoys. So scaling hard off this is a big deal. The other thing is we want to periodically swap these two cards over time. So that's not too important. Now, we really want serfdom and we really want colonization, but we also want double harbor adjacency soon. So our government is a little bit constrained. But I think this is the government that we're going to have for quite a while. This government suits us for a very, very long time. So I think this puts us in a really good position, and bing, 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 it also opens up it's the scout building time. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cities. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 scouts. That's 6 amenities. Next, I can't use naval infrastructure yet as much as I want it. I could make use of the envoy. Although I can make use of that envoy whenever I want. My main goal is to hold suzerainty of Auckland. Boom. So that's kind of key. I would like these governor titles, so I will yoink-a-reno them. Over here, we did just finish a harbour. That's good. City isn't nowhere near its housing caps. We'll go for the lighthouse. You're doing a little bit of an explore for me. And everything is looking good. Good. Why is the production so low in here? Yeah, 5 turns. It's more like it. And then we want to trade with Washington because we want to boost all of our cities by trading with our capital. That's like the goal. And now I think my empire is chooching along really nicely. First campus with 3 adjacency. Like just getting a single campus. Nice. It'll get boosted by Pingalo. Pingaloo. You know, I'm still gonna put a thing there, but I need to buy a builder. Can I faith buy a builder? I can faith buy a builder. That's what we'll do. Why not use increased production to range units for a few turns before retainers? Scouts are cheaper. Scouts are 30 production. Archers are 60. Scouts are cheaper. I don't have to use the card. Scouts don't count as range units. They're scout class units. Go occupy there. We did a Theatre Square Festival. And in doing a Theatre Square Festival, we got ourselves marginally closer to getting a great writer, which makes me think that doing another Theatre Square Festival would not be worth it. It would have been worth it if we'd got that third one, but we did not, so we kind of have to accept our fate. Probably our best move in this city is either to produce settlers or to get the workshop up in preparation for factories. Bum bum bottom. Bum ba bottom. Ba bottom bum ba bottom. Diplo switch? Is this actually live? Yes. Right, nice. Era score. I would love to get a repeated Golden Age, and I think I can do it. I'm trying to think, what do I need to get a repeated Golden Age? Let's go ahead and check our handy little dandy era tracker here. Which things have I not done? I haven't unleashed horses or iron, so we can use the quick deals mod to help us with that. Cash. You don't pay enough for that. I could sell off this many resources. Cash. That leaves me with just enough resources to come in here. We cancel 1, 2 scouts. And we buy ourselves first a horseman. Boom. That's horses unleashed. And then boom. That's iron unleashed. That's 2 era score. Okay. I don't have niter. Uh, I can't do attack. I won't meet all saves. I won't fully promote a governor. I won't do this. I won't do this. I could maybe do this if I could find one. Neither of these are happening. This isn't happening. Not enough time to get a Renaissance Civic. I think he just lost Auckland. Yeah, we'll fight for it. Let's fight for Auckland. It's important that we have it. Bing, bing, bong, 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 bing, bing. Unit promoted. Great person lured by gold or faith. We can maybe do great riders. Lure him with gold. So I think luring a great rider will be the way that we do this. Levy a city-state, that's also a valid choice. Is that 2 points or 1? I'm going to entice a rider into my civ. I think it's simpler. Research alliance with England seems reasonable. Bum bum ba-dum bum ba-da-dum da-da-dum ba-dum ba-dum. I do need to make more money, however. And now I think in a turn or two I'll be able to buy Geoffrey Chaucer. I'm just going to make a bunch of scouts for now to go pop them down on cities that I want to get.
Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in
Vin Valete. Thank you so much, Vin Valete. I do think that flooding the world is like a viable option here, but I also want to own some of the world before I flood it. So we're not going to like try to flood. I mean, the top half of this world will very much so flood. Medieval fairs. We did just get an extra envoy to put into Auckland. Yoink. That production is super key. Super key and super green. I'm having a bad day for ticks. That's what that popping noise is. Wondering what UI mods you use or if there's a list that I can look at. Love the stream. Cheers. Mod list. Hold on. Click. Potato, please. Change the CD in your head. No. Command. Add. UI mods. I think that, you know, I tried. Merch Confederation is good. I haven't heard anything about the rabbit in a while. It's getting, well, this time of day, rabbits tend to sleep a lot. They're kind of sleepy. They lay around. I was watching the potato. He was playing Civilization. Fuck, I need this song out of my head. I'm sorry. I don't think there's anything in Medieval Fairs that we really want. I mean, we get the governor title, and at this point, Pingala is basically promoted as much as we want Pingala to be promoted. I don't think he needs to be promoted anymore. We could go ahead and now look into getting Liang, setting up fisheries. It's not a bad choice. I could also go ahead and grab Amani to make sure that I can get better control over Auckland, because Auckland is kind of important for my build. And we need to like really sit down like right now, because we're about to spam out, like, I want to say most of the settlers we're going to be getting for the rest of the game. It's going to also coincide with like getting cartography ships like out into the world and stuff. So there's like a little bit of a crunch here coming, and let me tell you, Tony the Tiger is not ready for that crunch. I have a Lionhead. What's your rabbit? I just have like a normal rabbit. She actually kind of looks like a wild rabbit, but she has a little like Michael Jackson sock, or Michael Jackson glove, like a little white glove on one of her paws. So she's domesticated, but she looks like a wild rabbit. This loyalty is too bad. What about going around the world? I can't go over here yet until I have cartography. I definitely feel like there's a settlement here. This is just like a no-brainer. No negative loyalty. Over here is fine. I think we can get a settlement over here. Let's plan. Are we settling along the weird little tundra ice area? The loyalty is just too bad down here. Now, there might be a city down here. In fact, down here is quite good for not only holy sites generating faith, but also maybe just like generally holding for the appeal and stuff like that. So let us decipher our plans. Honestly, I don't think I bother settling any further to the left here, unless it's for Jade. A single Jade city is all I need, though. So which side is the Jade city going on? Is it literally going on the Jade? On the Jade is probably a good idea. Right there to control the Jade. So there's two settlers heading up that way. And not settling down here, but I will be settling around here. There's like a holy site slash campus here, right? Like this is just a good spot for a holy site or a campus. That means I want to settle somewhere near this. Let's think about, like, this is the best harbor in the area. Right there. So that means I want to settle either here or here, but not both. I can't do both. Which one appeals to me more? Well, like there's another good harbor right there. And if I were to settle this city right here, I wouldn't be able to settle this city because it's 1, 2, 3. Actually, I would be able to. Never mind. I'm pogging. If I settle here, are there advantages? Theoretically. Don't want to... Yeah, I think I settled there and here. And then 1... And then like something in here. Like... Nah, I think we just do these two. And we'll leave her there. Honestly, even this is kind of a questionable city now that I'm looking at it. Yeah, let's modify plan slightly. Really good national park right there. I think in order to maximize our national parkage, we're going to do this. Like this. We're going to sacrifice a good harbor in exchange for better national parkage. This will give me access to 2 more national parks. This city needs to get here on a high priority because I need to buy this land tile right there. So we need to get there ASAP. So that will be the first city that I settle. Because if I can get it, I can get it, and I'll be happy. What's up with the oasis in the snow? It's part of the biodiversity setting when you're playing with the Got Lakes mod. Oh god, I need to buy the Great Rider. Whoo, that's not enough. Okay, hang on. We're pogging. Very much so pogging. Okay, we made it. 15 turns is what I would consider like the maximum length that you want to spend time building shipyards. I would avoid going over 15 turns, but 15 turns is an acceptable amount of time as far as I'm concerned. Why are the colors so weird to the civs? They're not weird. They're just like, you know, a little funky. A little funky. A little weird. Just a little weird. The world enters into the Renaissance era. Thank you, my dear. Right, we got +2 gold on fishing boat tiles. That's really, really important. We also got Caravel, Casa de Contracion, and we got ourselves a tasty, tasty golden age. Now, reform the coinage is good. We could transition into international trading right here. Or we could stay on the monumentality train. We could move to Hicks Hunt Dracones. Hunt Sick Dracones. Yeah, it's all on the same continent as my capital, so no. However, one important change is this can eventually become a caravel. A caraval. Hunt Sick Dracones. That's what that says. Reform the coinage is good if I decide to start doing international trade. And this is... Roundabout shipyards is when you do the transition to international trade. So I think reform the coinage is a reasonable thing to do. We're a little bit behind on our transition, but it will happen. Next up, I think it's Renaissance Walls. Do I really want to spend all this time getting industrialization? Or do I want to go for Renaissance Walls? I feel like Renaissance Walls is like a smaller commitment. It's like literally construction, castles, into siege tactics, right? It's like 3 techs. Why is this 3 techs? Hold on. Oh, this tech tree is actually like very misleading because I thought you needed ironworking to get castles, but you actually don't. You just need construction. Okay, I guess the Renaissance walls are very rushable. Didn't know that. Shipyard on the go. We come into the capital and we build a shipyard in here as well. Once shipyards start finishing, we're going to have to maybe sacrifice one of these cards for the Harbour Adjacency card, which doesn't feel good. I don't like that because all those cards are actually kind of important to me. We do get to start increasing our tourism number though, which is nice in of itself. You always pronounce Contratacion wrong. Contratacion? Listen. Spanish? Spanish is hard. I was going to say Portuguese. I can't be bothered about potato mispronouncing things. I mean, like, look. I don't have... I mean, technically, I could look these things up, right? I could look up how these things are pronounced, but I'm not going to. Mohenjo-Daro. I do feel like we need to start putting points into Mohenjo. However, not right now. I'm going to wait until I'm able to plug in the card, which I will do. I'll plug in the Charismatic Leader card. Sorry, plug Diplomatic League card, doubling my envoy value. Boom, Mohenjo-Daro. Boom, Mohenjo-Daro. I'm auto-suzerain. It explores for me, finds new land. We're pogging out of control. And in fact, we found another player? Wait, who was the person we found? Was it Lautaro? Canada?
Potatoes.
Canada?
Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew.
Not sure.
Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew.
However, now that we have control of Mohenjo-Daro, we're getting +1 culture at our capital in our amphitheater buildings, and we're also getting +2 culture in art museums, archaeological museums, and the consulate buildings. And our cities have full housing from river, as if they were next. Full housing from water, as if they're next to a river. So that's kind of handy in a very coastal game. The Narrow pronounces Seonduk as Senduk, but it's actually Sunduk. I thought it was like Geoduck. Guiduck. Contración. Español es super fácil, amigo.
Build with the mind.
I only played once Rough Rider, had about 7 cities compromised. This was a map pretty crazy, huh? That was multiplayer. Silos needed. You must construct additional pylons. Silos needed. Silos needed. I'm trying to do the Command and Conquer dying voice. Silos needed. God, I really wish, wish for just a year, RTS games would come back. Just for a year. And I could be an RTS gamer for a year. God, I miss RTS games. Like, good old RTS games, man. They were so good. God, they were so good. France? Why are people shouting France? Bonjour, madame. You have gold now? I'm going to do the upgrade in a minute. Stupid question. How do you get the leaders to display their scores beneath their portrait at the top right? Bing, 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 bing. You have asked the eternal question that every Civ player will eventually ask me until I go insane. I have made relentless amounts of tutorials on how to do this. You go to your options, you go to your interface, and you go to the Show Yields and HUD ribbon, and you click Always Show. And you will get this up here. AoE 4 got old fast me. I was honestly surprised at how good Age of Empires 4 was, because I'm going to be totally honest with you. Relic like lost every shred of faith I had in them to make a good game. I love Age of Empires. It's a great franchise, great game. Age of Empires 4 is a brilliant game. Do not get me wrong. But I lost my interest in it fairly quickly. Unfortunately, this Petra Hill will have to die on the altar of my... Well, let's get the harbour first. We get to keep it for a little while. What? Potato, I blinked. Do it again. Maybe put it... I literally have a video... 7 tips that no one tells you about it. Civilization 6. And the top one is how to turn on this ribbon. I want to see you play Vicky 3 when it releases soon, TM. I think the big thing that I want to do is I want to just content grind. I'm going to be upgrading Morbus. Okay, he's going to be getting more responsibility so I can produce more content. And I'm going to start saying no to shit. For the longest time in my life, I said yes to... I said no to things all the time, okay? And then I started saying, oh, whoops, not that. And then I started saying yes to too much shit. And now I got to claw back some time. I got to reorganize my work day a little bit. It's a little bit chaotic. Like, I don't get as much done work. So I need to, like, get all my... there's a little bit of reorganization work done. And then my dream is to be able to, literally the dream is to be able to put out 2 videos a day, like an A video, which is like Civ 6 content, something banging, or like Humankind, like anything 4X related, right? 4X-y content, and then B content, which is like, Victoria 3, which probably won't appeal to my audience as much, and then also live stream. So it's really just about, I need to get more content out there. You know what I'm saying? More content. We need a new Red Alert. Bro, we need, God, there's so many retro, goddamn it, turn-based games and retro platformers with 2D graphics. Why can't we get a retro RTS game with 2D graphics? Do you know how much I would kill? Okay, Command & Conquer Remastered was amazing. I loved it. It looked incredible. Let's go ahead and get Diplomatic Service. 2 seconds. Have you ever considered playing old games like Port Royale? I would really like to play some of those older games. I think what we would do for stuff like that is maybe we would do something kind of like instead of me picking the old game, we would have like I would do like a once-off video, like a review of like an old strategy game or something, you know. It's Liang time. It's Liang time now. Now. So ideally, Liang would go into Washington, but I'm going to put Liang into New Orleans because New Orleans has no tiles to work. Interesting, Potato. I know we haven't known each other very long. We do not have many deep confrontations, but I can tell you guys, I love Snatch. It's a great movie. It's a great movie. Firaxis, dude, oh my god, can you imagine a Civ 6 anniversary remaster pack that just goes, or not a Civ 6, but like a Civilization anniversary remaster pack? It goes through and just remasters all the old goodies. Civ 1 remastered with beautiful modern sprites, maybe like a little bit of sprucing up of the UI, clean up the edges a little bit, make it like neat and presentable. Get Civ 3 remastered, rebuilt, reimagined, maybe with like a final balance patch or something. Like I think if you're going to do a remaster, I feel like you shouldn't just like we're recreating the game exactly as it was 40 years ago. I think you should go just that one step extra
Potatoes.
and add a smidge of extra content and then like an optional balance patch. Like just add a little bit of extra content, add a little bit of extra balance. Make it optional though for the people who want to play the game as they truly remember it, you know? I feel like that's like the perfect way to do a remaster. I feel like too many remasters are like, we need to faithfully recreate every single thing one for one. Like WoW Classic, there's obviously things in WoW Classic that needed to like change a little bit. Like just a couple things just here and there. You just change them a little bit. They're, yeah, okay, fully recreated them. Was kind of cool and stuff like that. You know, but I think you should yeah, I think you should tweak things just a little bit. Now I did have galleys over here that I planned to upgrade into caravels. However, there's not much point in doing them all. I'll do one more maybe. Oh, more land, but Canada got here first. That jerk. A Sid Meier's Pirates remake. I think there actually was a game that came out recently that was like a Sid Meier's Pirates remake, but it was kind of like a spiritual successor in that it had a lot more town building and like economy and like stuff like that. I think Das Tactic did a video on it. I enjoyed his videos on it. Das Tactic, by the way, totally go watch him. He's great. Santa Cruz, we will recruit him.
Car $2. 00 smack / X remaster would make my decade.
Oh my god, can you imagine if we got a full proper Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri remaster? Not like Beyond Earth. Beyond Earth was a cool game, don't get me wrong. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it either. But man, can you imagine a proper Alpha Centauri modernization? Oh my god. You know what, actually? Today is the day that we start the campaign. I'm going to lead the charge. We're going to start a very peaceful campaign asking Firaxis for a remaster of Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri. Okay, well, like we're going to do things like we're going to donate to like space programs. Like we raised $40,000 for space programs. Please remaster Alpha Centauri. Today is the day that we do it. We're going to organize like a letter writing campaign to like the CEO of 2K. It's like, hey, bro, we love this game. Can you get it? Could you? We would literally worship the ground that you stand on if you would get this game remastered. Okay? I guarantee you guys, okay? If I get a chance to go to Firaxis HQ, I'm going to harass them. Okay? It's going to happen eventually, right? Eventually they're going to ask me to go to their offices to preview a game or something. It'll be like in a year or two. And I'm going to be like, hey, Where the hell is that Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri remaster?
A diplomat is a man who always remembers
Diplomatic service, Vissel Banken.
never remembers.
Vissel Banken could be plugged in. I do plan to switch to international trade here. I don't think... I'm not ready to plug it in. I'm not ready. Soon, though. But I do now have access to the Chancery, as well as a couple of new cards. I'm not going for spies this game, really. I mean, I will go for spies, but it's not a priority. Chancery, though, is like tier 1 importance for me. To the point where... I am going to sit... I think I'm going to go Foreign Ministry this game for the Diplo favor. Yeah. 7 turns until Renaissance Walls. That's big and true and important. I'm going to buy the Chancery with gold via selling things. Get that gold income rolling in. Peaceful campaign, some time for all the buddies to post hateful message. No. No, it's a peaceful campaign where we very gently harass them into remaking a beloved game. And it's going to be a campaign specifically targeting, not like the individual developers of Firaxis, because they probably want to, like, there's probably a bunch of them who would love to work on a remaster. But we got to target the business guys, okay? We got to target, like, the 2K, whoever's in charge of like their gaming department for Civ. We gotta find the guys who are at the top and like send them letters, be like, hey, could you please remake this game? We really want it. Like, we really, really want it. We'll give you money for it. We'll even pay full like retail price for this. Just remake this game. It'll take you like 2 years. Come on. You know you wanna. Copium. Find the people in charge and send them peaceful letters, obviously to their business, not to their personal address. I'm talking like to the CEO of 2K or Firaxis or whatever. We'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Okay. I'm making promises I can't cash here. By the way, this may never actually happen. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Full retail price. That's the price you got to pay for a remaster. Okay. Okay, people are unhappy about the full retail price thing. Okay, I guess the bid is dead then. No, I won't do that. Find the people in charge. No, it's got to be a peaceful. It's got to be a campaign of. It's got to be a grassroots request. A sort of. In the way that you would politically organize, right? Like, hey, we want change, right? We want change, but what we unironically, you guys are more ready to join a campaign to get Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri
Can't wait to catch up to live and see this.
remastered than you are to like do anything politically locally. You guys are if I bet you I could get like a few hundred of you to write emails and write literal physical letters to get Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri remastered faster than I could get you to like support like a political candidate or something. Oh man. It's an honor to meet you. We talk about Smack. Oh wait, that was me in 2000. Yeah. Okay. Gilgamesh. Gilga. We met Gilga. Hey Gilga. One first turn friendship. That's the beauty of a Gilgamesh. Gilga. Gigamesh. You're here. This city is lower priority for me. Maybe there are cities here that I want. Gilga. As much as I want these buildings and stuff, I'm going to purchase the Chancery when I have the gold. Do not ever question my apathy. Oh, you can't navigate this map? Oh yeah, there's edges. Rip. That's a little sucky, but it is fine. It is not a big deal. It's not a big deal, comrade. I do live. Wait. I do love circumnavigate. The first time I've seen a non-scenario map that you can't circumnavigate. I think it's one of the options that can Matterhorn. The infamous island of diplomatic affairs. Yeah, this is like the Senate. Like we built our diplomatic building on the most inhospitable island in our empire in order to just send a message, to the people who come to do diplomacy with us. Gilgamesh. Right, I want to I need to get rid of Diplomatic League. I forgot to do that. It needs to happen. I'd love to be suzerain of Mohenjo-Daro. Mohenjo. Auckland. Okay, we're far ahead of Auckland's suzerainty. Oh. Siege tactics into machinery. We need to get Kilwa. If we can this game, Kilwa's super strong. I think this is Ayutthaya. We fight for Ayutthaya. More culture. Inland lakes is No. You mean uncircumnavigable. Those are two very different concepts. That is not the word. That is not the word that you were looking for. The word you're looking for is uncircumnavigable, not uncircumcised. Those are very different concepts. What did they do to you? Did they send you around the world as a baby? What happened? How did that mix-up happen? Okay, let's make sure we buy this tile. It's unnecessary. I hate spending my gold. Monument. Granary. Harbour. In that order. Uncircumferenced. I guess I can kind of see it. But no. I've got Magellan pics. We'll put them up on the Discord. Magellan pics? The hell are Magellan pics? Isn't Magellan like that thing that people post videos on? Do not share things on my Discord that could get my Discord banned, by the way, if you're sharing, like, I don't know if you're making, like, some weird joke, but if you're going to share, like, leaked videos of video games and stuff like, don't put them on my Discord. You'll get me banned. Oh, Magellan was the guy who went around the Cape of Good Hope? Or wait, the Horn, no. Yeah, the Cape of Good Hope is the one in South America, right? Magellan found Magellan Straits down there in Chile, Argentina? One of those. I know who Magellan is. I didn't know why he was bringing it up, and now I'm brought back to the uncircumnavigated world topic again. Thanks. Cape of Good Hope is South Africa. What's the Cape of South Africa or South America? Cape Cod? Which one is South America? Cape Horn. Sounds familiar. Is it Cape Horn? Cape Horn. Cape Cod. Cape Cod. That was the first thing that came to my mind.
Romance's blood.
Cape Canaveral. Every single one of you that bullied me will be remembered. Okay, so we have our amphitheaters. We have some room for great works of writing. We definitely would like to... Whoa, Canada. Bro, Canada's popping off with the great writer points. University. We come into the capital. We have 1,000 gold now. We can come in here and we can go ahead and buy ourselves the Chancery. The Chancery is a building that is quite useful for us for a number of reasons. First of all, the Chancery will give us +3 influence points per turn. We are in the monarchy government, so that gets multiplied by 50%. So it's actually 4.5 influence per turn, bringing us up to a really healthy 15 influence points per turn. I totally forgot to change Diplomatic League. I hate my life. So now we're making 18 influence points per turn. So we're getting a envoy roughly every... I got to do the maths real quick. Hold on. 150 divided by 2 divided by 18 is every 4 turns we're getting an envoy. That is like an insane envoy pace, by the way. Slightly over 4 turns per envoy. It's 9 turns for 2, or 8.5 turns for 2 envoys, or 4 turns per envoy. We stake them in that way. I think it makes a little bit more sense if you do it per envoy rather than like per 2 envoys. He didn't make it all the way. Someone is stealing my beans. Who'd have? How did he steal the boost to steam power? Oh, I do have steam power boosted. Never mind. I was going to complain about the game, but it was me who was wrong. I think I can maybe justify a settlement in here on the Volcano. The Volcano. So we have access to Renaissance walls now, if we so choose. I would like square rigging for embarked movement. I'll pick up square rigging for embarked movement. Yeah. Magellan didn't make it all the way around the world. He died along the way. I feel like that's a pretty metal outcome. Casa. You know, if you don't make it all the way, you still almost made it. Although, to be fair, Alexander died before he got to come home and rule his kingdom, right? What a loser. Almost conquer the whole world, dies on the way home. Lol. That is what happened to Alexander, right? Do I misremember that? God, is my history knowledge now just starting to fade like my youth and beauty?
You must not lose faith in humanity.
Right, we have access to humanism. This gives us art museums and archaeological museums. That's big. Technology-wise, my instinct is to push towards... this way? Mercantilism. Do I want civil engineering yet? I think I would like to build a Statue of Liberty, so maybe we'll quickly pick that up. Just to try and help us secure the potential of a Diplo victory. We're only on 5 points. Wow, really? 5 points? We should take the statue just to prevent the AI winning it. I know it's unlikely, but still. Not before he wept, for there was no more world to conquer. What a loser. He didn't even conquer the whole world. He only conquered the bit. Like, this is like a dude, right? This is like the guy walks down to the end of his like street, decides he doesn't want to go any further, and is like, "Look, Ma, I circumnavigated the world. You didn't do anything even remotely close to that, okay? You went as far as you could find stuff, and then you said there was no more stuff, okay? These are not the same." Audio skips, oh no's. Audio skips, oh no's. Literally 0 audio skips on my end. Bro. Fix your setup, okay? That's a you problem. Venetian. We can start the Venetian. Do I want to... Now... Okay, so we actually do have like a reasonable conversation to have in this city. Like, do we want to go ahead and start an art museum? Do we want to get an archaeological museum? Do we want to do Philadelphia? Do we want to go for the Venetian Arsenal? I feel like we would be better served by getting... I know I want at least 3 art museums, so I'll build an art museum here, and then I'll go for the Venetian. The Venetian Arsenal. Actually, there is like a hugely pog location right here for our good friend, the water park. How many techs does Hammurabi have if he's at 93 science? Hammurabi has 38 techs researched compared to my 23, and Lautaro's 35. So he's doing okay. Doing okay, you know? Harbor is going down. Maybe we do Theatre Square? We don't care about the watermill. Well, it's one food, one production. I guess that's half a population. It's a little bit of production. I think the big thing I'm missing is amenities. Maybe I could purchase some amenities. I can. That helps. Literally took the city out of negative amenities, brought me up into more reasonable happiness. When do you unlock this? I need to get St. Basil's Cathedral. Let's get that Theatre Square started, I guess. I am waiting at the counter. Man to pour the coffee. And he feels it only halfway before I even argue. There's a version of that song by something Rooks, Giant Rooks. As the guy who sings it, I think it's like a meme on TikTok actually. And the guy who sings it has like the most incredible, insane voice. He literally sounds like a man who was turned into a barrel. That's how crazy his voice is. He has like you know, who was the guy from the Animals? God, I can't remember the guy from the Animals who sang my father was a gambling man. Oh my god, House of the Rising Sun. That guy, he has a voice like that guy, except like deeper. It's crazy. Louis Theroux, that is a different guy. Why would you say Louis Theroux? My money doesn't jiggle jiggle. It falls. Eric Burden? I think that's his name. It doesn't ring a bell. That's deep knowledge that we've lost. Okay. Most likely unit is usually ranged, so we'll push that many votes on that. Who is the most hated player? The most important mod here comes in. Lautaro is most disliked. And so we shall target Laturo. Laturo. Mine are always melee. I find the AI goes for like ranged or melee. I didn't have to vote very much to actually control this at all. Regardless, that's 2 victory points for me. Equalizer. We did get a settler in here. We have 2 settlers heading west, right? I don't actually know. Yes. So I'd like the settler to come down here. I'll bring this caravel here to kill this. Do I continue to build settlers? Sure. We've got the room. We've got the strength. I'm looking. I want Granary and Watermill to get more food in the city to continue to grow, even though we already have like an outrageous food surplus. Granary will give us even more housing, continue to pump the food surplus. Then we'll go Theatre Square, like so. God, I hate this pillaging. It's fine, we'll live. I've got so much room for trade routes, actually. It's viable for the city to build my traders. I need 3 more. So, Granary, Watermill, Theatre Square. In that order. Why is there Hammurabi City next to the city-state? My scout was standing on the maze, and that's where Hammurabi wanted to settle. So my scout stood there so long, he was like, God damn it, I can't settle the city I want to. And then he left. And I was able to Giga Chad steal his, you know, his memes. I was able to steal the city. Oh, very nice contrastion you've got here. Can we... Tooltips? Any tooltips? Casa Contratación. That's Storm. Also, can we talk about how beautiful the graphics of Civ are? Like, when you really get down, I feel like the art style just lends itself... You know what I would love? Like, it feels like I could just, like, spawn, like, a little hero and run around inside these buildings and do quests when I look at them sometimes. You know? Like, I'm building, like, an MMO world. It's really pretty. Anyone else ever feel that way? Just me? How are you even getting a sandstorm in the ocean? Bro, did you not know? Did you not know there's sand in the ocean? Oh my god, guys. He didn't know. He didn't know there's sand in the ocean. How ignorant. And it feels it only hurt me. Let's just get those suzerainities in. And he feels it only halfway. Oh my god, it's actually stuck in my head, dude. I need to zoom in more often. I do enjoy the graphics, especially with a couple of environment mods. I mean, they did it. The artists on this game did like an incredible job. I really still to this day, I don't understand what the hatred of the graphic style for Civ was. People thought it looked like a cartoon game. I don't see cartoon. I see like it's just a style. It's a style, you know? And it's a style that does really, really well. Honestly, the trees look like little bits of broccoli that you could just pick up and have a snack on. Not gonna lie. I've thought about that a few times. To be fair, but the sandstorm actually started on the ocean. very clearly the wind was strong enough to whip up the sand from below the sea line, okay? This is not copium. So we got our university. We have a relatively strong city when it comes to science and culture. It would behoove me to build an archaeological museum or an art museum. And I think it would be an art museum. I think I'm going to go art museum heavy here in the early game. We got ourselves a shipyard in Chicago. Look at this city, bro. Bruh. Amphitheater. What map is this? This is the Got Lakes map, where you can do highly customized weird maps that are randomly generated and weird. Did I mention they're weird? That's got to be a thing I did. This city could honestly use a little bit of a gold injection. Like if I were to buy a watermill and a granary, it would actually speed up the growth in here so much and allow the city to work more tiles, which would significantly increase the city's capacity to advance. I thought most people... This is as far from weird as it gets. That Cree map? Yeah, the Cree map is honestly very weird when we get to the late game. I have access to Theocracy. I don't care about Theocracy. I do care about St. Basil's Cathedral, however, and I do care about building it in the city of Buffalo. St. Basil's Cathedral. How is my Huey coming, by the way? 6 turns until Huey. Huge if it goes through. I need alliances. 24 gold for trading with Leeds. Let's look for big money. Big money, Canada. Canada, alliance, economic. Yeah. Big money, Canada. Big money, Canada. Big money, Canada. It's not that big anymore. Big money, Canada. Let's go for Statue of Liberty. Not changing my government. Oh, can you get great works from Canada? Good call, chatter. I forget about this, that I can actually purchase great works of writing, not artifacts. Writing.
Potatoes. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew.
Yoink.
Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew.
Good call, chatter. Loud Taro winning a culture victory. Thank you so much, Pog Seal, for the Twitch Prime. Any Twitch Primers? Get those primes in right now. There is a prize for the top primer. If you prime faster than I can blink. Oh, I blinked. Sorry, you can't win. Contest over. I guess you'll never know what the prize was. Let's go ahead and settle here. This builder is no use in the city because the city needs forests to ever be useful, so he needs to be moved, or these tiles need to be bought. Probably buying of tiles. 34 gold per turn from London. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Oh, thank you.
Potatoes. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. Boil 'em, mash 'em.
Grotesco, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Appreciate you. Sometimes I look at those like big streamers who will for like multiple hours have a literal non-stop stream of donos and primes in their chat, and I'm like, those dudes are literally making dollars per second. Like I make okay money on YouTube. I make okay money on Twitch. But I look at some of those numbers that those guys pull, and I'm like, it's actually incomprehensible amounts of wealth. I'm talking about the guys at like the very, very, very top. It's insane. Subathons, you should do one. You know what? I'll do a subathon. I'll plan one. No one wanted a tour of your house. Anyway, Tato, you're not toxic enough, Mr. Streamer. You guys don't get it, do you? You don't understand. Most streamers, when they go on to their stream, they act nice, okay, for their fans. But they're actually like, sorry, they act toxic to their fans, okay? It's a charade. They're like, oh, bro, screw this guy, blah, 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 okay? Deep down, I love fighting with people. I love saying heinous things to people. I love making fun of people. But you know what? I took that part of my personality. I gave it a squeaky cleaning. And we're a streamer now, okay? We're professional. Brand safe. Deep down, I am a toxic person. I would love to get into arguments with people. I would love to throw trash, shade, and talk trash all day. But you know what? It's not brand safe. You just need to find an oiler or two, and you've got it made. Tom Steiner was the first song converted to EP3. It was used for testing voice audio compression. That's a cool tidbit. You know what? Fair play to you. You have informed me of something that reading your message was actually a net positive, and that's not usually the case whenever I read chat. A lot of big streamers are narcissistic reprobates. You got to understand, it's a question of... I don't necessarily think that it's necessary for you to be like a narcissistic personality to be a streamer. Obviously, you have to like and want attention in some capacity. Okay, sure, that's true. But I also think that being a streamer, like the industry that you're in, it rewards that kind of behavior. You know what I mean? Like when you get to a certain size, when you get to a certain size,
Normal people believe.
And honestly, I'm going to go even more. I'm going to make it even more broader and they're snatching up all of the land. There's no land. He says, as there's many open islands, but there's no land. The entire engine and system of being like a content creator is like, it's like designed to turn you into like a person obsessed with the performance and like all that sort of jazz, right? All that. I'm having a really hard time putting it into words, but it's basically like the systems and structures that are in place that so first of all, the systems and structures that reward personalities on places like Twitch and YouTube, they're already biased towards people who are sort of naturally maybe a little bit more attention seeking and willing to do things for clout, or willing to clout shark, willing to clout their way up the ladder, whatever, right? But then those systems will take, perfectly normal people and make them that way. You know what I mean? Because if a system requires you to do something to succeed, and you're willing to do anything to succeed, you will do that thing that is necessary, right? You will become a slightly more narcissistic, slightly more clout driven, all that sort of stuff. Don't think I'm particularly clout driven. I think I am a little bit, but I only care about clout in like communities that I already care about and I'm a part of. Like I don't really care about hanging out with like Ludwig or Miskiff. Like if they had cause to, I'd be like, yeah, what's up? Like, you want to learn how to play Civ? But like we just occupy different scopes of the internet. You know what I mean? So for me, I'm more interested in like Mr. Mooten. He's part of the DGG community. I like Mr. Mooten. I like watching his streams. So when he was like, "Hey, you want to play D&D?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." And I think that is like, um, that's more interesting to me. I'm more interested in people than like clout, I guess. Because for me, when I started doing YouTube, my goal was like just I want to make enough money to where this is my job forever, and that was it. I just want this to be my job. But you appreciate clout with Spiff and TGM and other creators? Yeah, for sure. I think part of it is too, it's not even just clout, but like Spiff and the Yogscast. At first, I kind of joined up and I was like, I guess I'll do this because it's like a good career move. I'd never really heard of them until someone suggested it, or like Spiff asked me to join the Yogs, or not the Yogs, like play on Armchair Admirals. I haven't joined the Yogs. And I was like, yeah, sure. And I didn't know what I was going into. And I was kind of like, I guess this will be good for my career, was like what I thought. But I actually feel like they're kind of like genuinely, I wouldn't say they're close friends yet. Like the relationship is still developing. I'd say we're like good acquaintances. Like we get along. We don't really argue. And we have very similar interests. And I plan to meet them in person and like hang out with them. That would be like nice and ideal. But I think there's lots of, it's kind of like that for me. Like, for me, I'll often use like the clout angle of things to just get my foot in the door to do something, and then the kind of continued relationship is actually like enjoyable for me. Like, but one thing I worry about is like, are people like me, or are they following that same pattern that a lot of people at the like that like kind of like clout shark? I kind of hate the word clout shark because it sounds so derogative, but that is kind of what goes on, right? People like only want to associate with people that maximize the amount of viewership and career that they get and all that sort of stuff, you know. And so I wonder, like, if my brand were to dwindle slightly, would perhaps as many people want to collaborate and do content with me, which is kind of partially why I kind of avoided collaborations for most of my career. Even when I had like 10k subs, 20k subs, 100k subs, I would have people, like really, really tiny people, be like, hey, can we collaborate? I'm like, literally the only thing you see is my subscriber number. Like, I know nothing about you. You haven't even tried to be friends with me. You haven't even tried to hang out with me first. Like, you've just gone straight to collaboration. I mean, I guess I appreciate the transparency, but like, you haven't demonstrated anything of value to me. You have like a 10 subscriber YouTube channel and you've made 3 videos. But we do have Huey Toakali now. YouTube won't be a forever job. I'm not going to be negative, just being realistic. But that's why I'm taking all of my spare money and putting it into investments, right? Passive income, dividend investing, growth investing. I'm going to be buying. I'm looking into like maybe buying other businesses more. I'm also looking to diversify my businesses. Maybe start other YouTube channels. I had like a couple of ideas for different YouTube channels that we could make and maybe start like a small production company, right? But the goal is that I just want to make content. I just really, 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 really like making content. We do have Huey now, which I think would maybe justify buying the lakes and immediately getting the harbour going. I think also a theatre square in here is like a totally viable thing to do. Let's go Granary Monument. We want a builder in here, so let's go builder Granary Monument. I think that's a reasonable thing. To hell with the stock market. Down 50% with over 6 figures in. I'm quite lucky because I have a lot of cash right now. So I think I can do some pretty heavy investing in this down market. I'm probably going to go in. I'm probably going to up my current holdings in the market by 50% in the next month, I would say. As a sort of like tentative hedge against even more bearish or bullish markets. Like I'll just increase my cash. I'll decrease my cash allocation and increase my investment allocation. YouTube may survive forever. It's one social media that lasted most of the internet life. Oh no, turning into an investment infomercial. But we did get Huey, which is awesome, by the way. But I think we are going to wrap up the Civ portion of the stream. We will be finishing the Civ portion of the stream tomorrow, but I got a sponsored Terraforming Mars stream. So how it's going to work is the YouTube stream will cut out an end, and then you go click on my YouTube channel, and in about a minute there will be a new live stream of me playing Terraforming Mars. So be there, be square, etc. Let me save this game. If you're on Twitch, you don't have to do anything. Just sit there, and we'll do the exchange in moments. So just give me a couple minutes.